Hi, my name's Robert Spooner. Today I'm going to be doing a presentation on group dynamics. So what is a group? A group is two or more people who are interacting with each other and influence one another. In this group they must interact, and they can interact by structured forms of communication, shared goals, targets, norms and values. They must be prepared to achieve these goals. For example, the FA, or formerly known as the Football Association. This is there to bring all the players, officials, managers, leagues and clubs all together at once. This is to help achieve their goals, targets, norms and values. This will therefore create everyone to bond relationships as a group. There are two types of effects in group dynamics. This is the social loafing effect and the Ringelmann effect. The social loafing effect is when an individual loses motivation and therefore does not put any effort into the task he's carrying out. This is therefore called the social loafing effect. In this, the individuals have a tendency to not play well because their motivation is affected. Motivation losses can cause low confidence, individual effort not being recognised, lack of reinforcement, belief that the effort won't change as a result, and perceived low ability. For example, a good example of this would be a football team when battling relegation. For example, Southend United at the moment, who are in League One and they're facing relegation to League Two. This is because they are losing motivation and therefore they're not putting any effort in. This causes the social loafing effect to take place and therefore relegation looms large on their team. The other effect is the Ringelmann effect. This is a breakdown in team and coordination and is named as the Ringelmann effect. For example, Diego Costa is one person and he's meant to score 20 goals. Diego Costa, when he's partnered up with Remy, is two people, and therefore the goals it's meant to double. Therefore this becomes 40. If the teamwork and coordinations break down between Remy and Diego Costa, this would mean that this may not be achieved, and therefore the Ringelmann effect takes place. Also, in group dynamics, there are two types of cohesion. There's social cohesion and there's task cohesion. Social cohesion is where team members of a team like or enjoy other team members' company. For example, Ron Van Persie and Mauro Fellaini, who play for Man United, for example, they may go out to parties because they enjoy each other's company. Also, task cohesion, this is where, to a degree, where members of a team work to achieve their goals. For example, teammates in a football team like Southend United, like Ryan Leonard and Will Atkinson, who play in the middle, they have to work together because they're the ones who are the holding midfielders and have to defend and attack. They have to work on their communication and know where they are and what they're doing at all times. This means that they help with each other's goals and therefore keep a good team cohesion for the task they are carrying out. Finally, styles of leadership. One style of leadership is autocratic, another one is democratic, and the final one is consultative. Autocratic is when a leader or a head of a group runs things and come up with ideas without asking other people about it. An example of this would be Vincent Tan changing the Cardiff kit colour from blue to red. This is because the fans have grown up with the Cardiff kit colour to be blue for most of their life. Therefore, they don't want this to change and they don't want it to go to red because they believe that it's not the right colour. Democratic. This is the opposite to autocratic, where the leader runs ideas through the people. He doesn't just decide on decisions himself. Also, consultative. This style focuses on using skills, experiences and ideas of others. In addition, the leader uses this style to retain the final decision to be his. Thank you for listening to my presentation.